Welcome back, everybody, to ISR Tuesday. But let's get right into it with a recap. We have a couple people missing today, so we have Amber, Torin, and Arthur that have joined us, and Nezrin and Uma are both in place. In place, there's Q and Conrad. But all right, let's do a recap. Who would like to recap? Cool. All right. Torin, would you like to recap?
I can try to help here with him.
Okay.
I know
Last time was the race.
Mm-hmm.
And then about the race, Nazarene up to the VIP section to speak to Big Boss Man of the Ghosts.
The Lotus was also there.
Yep.
We met up with them and hung out on the ship with them for a little bit. And then we headed out to the races. Nezrin went to talk to the big guy, and Nubia showed up. And Nezrin ended up talking to her for a minute, came back down. The rest of us started to see like Proteans and other things watching us. And then all chaos kind of broke loose.
Yep. Interesting.
Yeah, I know, like, glitches started to happen where things were getting sucked in and out of time, and, like, I think it was, like, a pyramid structure started to, like, kind of move into our time, and Luca and Era got sucked into a different timeline with JT as well. And I think everybody else made it back to the Lotus. Then we were all three like sprinting towards the part of the pyramid that was still in the other timeline, and then we got like hawked back into our own. From there it's a little fuzzy. I know Luca almost died and Era saved his butt.
Yeah. What?
We also saved Nezrin's sister, didn't we?
We did save.
Yeah.
Luca.
Yeah, Nezrin's.
Yeah, Nazarene destroyed the second device for that timeline.
Yeah, and Luca and Nezrin kind of argued for Cope's life with the Verge, and we think one of the Protean gods may have Hulk smashed Nubia kind of after she tried to kill Luca. And then I think we stopped there.
And Hulk smashed. Just grabbed her collar and went like, no, you're not going after them.
Hulk smash sounded better. Give me a break.
This is true. Hold on, I'm going to test audio. Something seems to be a little bit funky, so give me a second. But yeah. Sorry, I just don't think it's picking up the Sirenscape, oddly enough.
Interesting.
But, if it's
Dun,
just this
dun,
one
dun,
session, it'll be okay. Alright, well, anyway, we shall continue. Yes, you are correct. Both devices were destroyed, one by the Verge, one by Nezrin herself. And then, well, the Verge tried to kill Cove.
Cool.
Very nice.
Dr. Pepper.
Mellow yellow.
Gross.
Rose, to which?
I'm not going to answer that statement, but Torin
Talking
knows.
about your yellow.
I've never had mellow yellow, but it just sounds gross.
It's not gross. It's good.
You're also talking to the person that is like was in love with Coke and is now heartbroken after their whole crap.
What? Well, you know what?
Nothing.
It's okay. It's okay. All right. That's fine. Okay. So. Well. Okay. I want to make sure my music wasn't coming through either. All right. Well. We shall start off where you guys left off, which was inside the temple.
How are we doing this without Nezrin?
Nezrin's still there. She's not being played by you guys. Cove is very much broken down at this point on the ground. You're all kind of standing inside there. There's just remnants of pieces of that device just laying all over the floor. And the glitch is still kind of permeating the room very minorly. They seem to be fading more so now.
I guess Neverich laughed. Right?
That he
It
did. I guess it did is more accurate.
After that little adventure, might as well bring Cove back up to her feet and get out of here.
All right. You guys start
Let's
walking
go.
out. It doesn't take you very long to get to the exit. You hit the main tunnel and begin walking in that direction. You don't hear any more gunfire going on. It seems to be much more chill outside,
Just hiding in the back of the group just in case.
just in case.
I kind of want to ask how the battle went against Nubia now.
So you step out, and you can see that there are indeed several Protean gods, not just two, on the battlefield.
Oh.
Oh no.
You see the one that has a hold of Nubia by like the kind of like the scruff of her neck. She's just being held there. He is quite large, but Morak, you know him to be Usai.
Luca's ears are just kind of pinned against his head. He's like, I don't want to go near them.
Is she knocked out?
She's very much alive. She's just kind of like just sitting there, very grumpy.
Sulking, basically.
Yeah, she's huffing, just kind of chewing them out as you guys walk out.
I'm just gonna start chuckling.
Usai goes and kind of nods at all of you and waves. And he gestures for you all to come over, and he hands off Nubia, like, with one hand to another one of the gods.
Yes.
You see Isos also steps up next to Usai as well. And she speaks to him about something, you're not quite sure what.
Glad y'all could make it.
Happy to have made it, he says back.
We're thankful you guys made it. Very.
You may have been toast. You especially. He gestures to Luca.
Between you and our pal Era here, I think that's the only reason why I still have my fur attached.
Well, that is good. Your friend Era is very good with a token shield, he says.
Apparently, among other things, but still.
I do what I can.
What you can
Yes,
seems to be quite useful.
He definitely has his moments.
Sometimes.
Only moments.
Yeah, don't ask.
He looks at Era. I do as
I
well.
don't know what they're talking about.
To me, you are a great warrior, says Usai. And I am sure to yourself you are as well. Well, my sister and I, he gestures to Isos, who is standing
Isos?
there as well.
Mm-hmm.
She looks at all of you. Wish to invite you to our world.
I shall humbly accept.
Yes.
Perfect. Good.
We are in the company of the Lotus. I know you were friends
Yes, I
with
am
them.
good friends with them.
I think some of our guys are still on the Lotus, aren't they?
I don't believe so. I think everybody's here.
Thought JT was still on the Lotus.
Oh, JT came with you guys. Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, he was up in the ship.
Yep.
Who else was up
So
in the
some
ship?
of them-
Somebody else was.
Zach, maybe? Uma?
No. Uma kind of vanished because he was in the middle of the race and he was just kind of flying
Have
around.
we
He
heard
couldn't figure out what
anything
he-
from Uma?
No.
Oh no.
Oh dear, he gets back. Where's their character?
What happened?
I'm not sure. I feel like we're missing somebody.
I feel like Morak may have stayed up there and then beamed down.
Mhm.
That or
Nah.
Nezrin. I can't remember who.
No,
but
Nezrin
I know
was
No,
someone.
I
with us.
stayed up and being down. So.
Okay, but JT, yeah, he may have stayed up there with that group. He does beam down. And you can see him beam down in the distance and start walking over towards you guys.
We would be very humbled to accept that offer.
Don't be. You've done a great service for us, but that does not mean it's over. We have to hand her off to the Kaizen in hope that she does not... They do not want her officially dead. I'm not going to kill her.
And who would?
None of us. I hope that they will see our offer and then living to them significantly more valuable than a dead bounty, if you will. Seeing that we value life now instead of just killing everything we can.
Wiser decision than most would have made.
Wait, what?
It's a wiser decision than most would have made.
Oh, I thought you were just Yoda speaking for a second. I wasn't sure.
No.
Well, it might just be me being dumb.
Not dumb. It's wiser to leave your foes alive. And we hope that they can come to a better understanding.
Yes.
I
Well.
personally don't like to kill.
Yes, you are that type, he says, looking you up and down. Rifter?
That's in progress.
I see. Well,
I'm still looking for something.
who? What?
I don't know yet, but I will know when it happens.
I see. Well, do you wish me to assist your friend here? He points over towards Cove, who is just like white-faced, staring at the ground.
If you can. Oh. Well, we kind of did save her from the verge.
I see.
But feel free to try and help if you can.
I'm not sure all of what we could do, but I may attempt to do, may attempt to assist her.
Prevent you from doing so. I don't know about Nazrin, but I will not. Now, gonna gesture to Nazrin so he knows who I'm talking about.
He looks over at her. She kind of shakes her head. I don't think you should take her.
Probably better if he does. She'll be in better hands, especially with everything that's happened to her.
I still don't think you should.
I guess we should ask Ho what she's more comfortable with, because at the end of the day, it's none of our choices.
This is true. He
Very
calls
much
her over. And she steps over. I wish to help you. She kind of looks at him a little bit curious. I don't know your story, and I don't care to, really. I just know that you seem to be in peril. And she kind of subtly agrees without saying anything. And then she nods. Then it's decided. You'll come with me. The rest of you, I will meet on the Protian Homeworld in 2 days.
Okay, then. You guys just see Luca's ears kind of go back. He's like, it kind of shifts awkwardly, like, I don't want to go back.
He looks you over for a moment. Why are you so hesitant?
A lot of bad memories there.
You also seem to despise me when you walked up.
No, nothing like that. I'm just have it's been a bad run of luck with other Proteans after what happened with my sister.
Well, tell me about it.
You've met my sister. I think
That's not exactly what I meant, but
Oh
that is
no, I
correct.
know what you mean. But you've met my sister, and I know you've had, from what I've heard, your fair share of issues. Not to mention the one that you just dealt with.
Yes. You are
Yeah.
correct.
I don't underestimate that. Just not real fond.
I see. Well, I will see you all then. If you have anything else to do here, obviously do so. But there isn't really a bounty out for her, at least in terms of money. But I can give you all something. What do you wish? Galactic units, silver, treasure. I don't really know what you'd want. He kind of points
think
at Era. Quantum.
Oh gosh, no. Loka just kind of like shakes his hand in front of him, like, please don't.
You know that's what I want.
Quantum. I'm not quite sure where to go with that.
All the quantum. The good
One
stuff,
addict.
too. None of that
One
cheap
piece.
quantum.
I might
Well,
have
do you-
something for you.
Oh boy. That's a scary thought.
You can see he kind of waves his hand up in the air for a moment, and the holographic screen comes up, and he goes doop doop doop, and then you see its effects and fades away. And behind him, a box beams down to the floor, to the now grassy kind of jungle floor. He goes over to it for a moment and opens it, or not opens it. He picks it up and then brings it over. It's quite large. I'd say it's like a foot by a foot, or a foot cubed, if you will. It's a very hefty container, and he hands it over to Era.
Ooh, why thank you.
You're very welcome.
I open it. What's inside?
So you instantly click, and then you open it up. Bright white glows out, and all of you, your eyes just like eyes open, like, oh no.
Like drooling.
You have received
Like
5
drooling.
units of white quantum.
Perfect.
Luca just
What I
kind of
needed.
snatches it and is like, no, you can have this back on the ship.
Don't pull yourself up.
You got white quantum. I leave for like 30 minutes and I hear you got white quantum.
I sure do. The good stuff.
Surprise appearance by Conrad.
Yep. In the Uma spot.
I'm going to try to
Uh-oh.
hook up my monitor, so I'm going to be here, but I might be moving some stuff around if I don't answer right away.
All good.
Well, units is fine by me.
Perfect. I will give you all 5 million a piece.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What?
Whoa, whoa.
No. You
5
kinda
million?
froze there.
A piece.
What?
Do I still get that, or was the quantum my thing?
I'll give you 3 million.
I'll take it.
Technically,
Pennies.
Oh, gosh.
Comparison to the Saturday group. Oh no.
I'm not surprised.
For
That was 5
reference, the
million.
Saturday group
What?
is obsessed with money
Oh,
and
no.
only money.
And then there's me who doesn't really care much for money.
Chump change. I will leave you now.
Okay. You all receive, every single one of the members of the party, I'm going to say including Uma, receives 5 million galactic units and 2,000 silver.
Hey.
You're about to kill us off, aren't you? You're going to give us all this, and then we're going to die.
Build yourselves up,
I-
buy things, die.
2 million silver.
I think we just got
2,000
enough to
silver.
upgrade a ship, or 2, or 5.
2,000 silver. Thank you.
2,000 silver. Vessel upgrades cost within the hundreds of thousands of silver.
Upgrade my small craft to a jump ship.
Jump ship. One with a warp on it. Well, it already has a warp drive on it.
Yeah. Upgrade the warp drive.
Hmm. Something you all hadn't noticed before after you've received all this absolute heaping amounts of cash, at least for you guys, is how gorgeous it is actually around you right now. It's kind of odd, as it seems things have kind of mixed back and forth a bit. You see some buildings and structures here and there, but they're all covered in vines, wrapped in different organic structures and materials.
Curious as
And
to how the planet will turn out from here. Curious as to how the planet will turn out from this point on.
Usai kind of nods in agreement and then brings up a scanner. He goes, "Bloop-doop." It looks as if half the entire planet is now overgrown.
Wonder how
Interesting.
much of the population is also gone too.
I am not sure.
Because I mean, Era and I, we popped through into the parallel and came back, or whatever it was. So who knows how many didn't?
This is
Well,
true.
Who knows what's happening in the other timelines?
Chaos.
I can't say I know. Either way, spend your money well, he says. Then beams up. And you see Nubia goes, "Argh!" and beams up as well.
Luca makes a very vulgar gesture.
Isos is the last one to beam up, and she steps up to your group and bows before all of you and looks at
And I'm
Luca
gonna do
for
the
a
same to
moment.
her.
And just kind of tilts her head at her, or tilts her head at Luca.
Hello, Isos.
Hello.
Is there anything I can do for you?
I don't think so.
Okay.
And then she proceeds to beam up as well.
Luca just kind of like flattens his ears, like, I'm gonna go back to the ship now. He doesn't know which ship. He just kind of like walks away.
I'm ship.
I will just say, out of experience, you gotta be careful with the female goddess. Trust me,
That's
you
true.
gotta be careful.
I
I
know.
would know.
Oh no.
Oh yes, I would.
Oh, boy.
Same position too.
Oh yeah, I
Wait,
know.
Who? Wait, who? What? Usai?
No,
No,
I-
his
I.
ancestor, I.
Yeah.
Kind of figured. Oh no.
How else do you think the singularity became part of their genetic code?
Mhm.
Didn't need to know that.
Had to happen somehow. Anyway,
Moving
so
on.
JT eventually does indeed walk over to you and he goes, "Wow, I just got paid like a whole bunch of money. What'd you guys do?"
It's for catching Nubia, or at least
Assisting in
locating
the capture
Nubia.
Wow.
of her.
Cool. I don't mind more money.
The only part.
Oh, I figured you wouldn't. Not like you're that low on funds, I don't think.
Also forgot to mention, Cove did beam up with them.
Mhm.
Okay.
Nezrin's definitely not very good. Not in a very good mood currently. She also steps
Maybe.
away.
We might want to send her to the ship. Whatever ship that may be.
You can see JT taps on something on his wrist. And it should be over to us if it didn't get stuck in the other timeline.
Oh,
I'm also
lovely.
gonna summon my little drop ship. Well, my little ship that I got from.
So they said 3
Before.
days time. How long is it to travel to the Protean Homeworlds from
2
here?
days.
There. If he's not here, I owe him a token shield.
I'm here.
I owe you a token shield, my friend. You saved me.
Yeah, I've grown to like you a little bit more, so
I
couldn't let you get damaged.
appreciate that. More like fried. That would have been a lot of damage. So, what's the plans? Do we want to head back to the ship for the night, or wander around and see how the rest of the planet looks?
I personally want to do some sightseeing on the homeworld of the Proteans.
That I would
You
love
receive a
to.
ping, Era.
I receive a ping?
Mhm.
What does that mean?
Your thing's ready.
Ah. Alright, I read it.
It just states, "Meet me at this location." Not sure how coordinates work now, but
Alright,
Maybe the
I'm
old
going to
coordinates.
that location.
all right. You walk off in that direction.
Should we be concerned? Is he going to meet some black market quantum dealer?
No, it's my
One does
pet.
not simply know the ways of the era.
Okay.
I won't feed any more quantum to my victims.
He
Ah,
admits
so
it.
you've learned.
And he admits it.
I just gotta kill them instead of feeding them quantum.
Boy.
Oh dear.
I'm just kidding.
Kills his enemies with quantum. You know, that could work. No. Not too unpredictable.
I think I'm gonna make my way to the Protean homeworld.
You're just gonna take
After
off.
I pay off my dues for restoring my ship.
Are you just gonna make off without us, Morak?
I gotta find somewhere to stay unless they want to let us stay on their place.
Fair enough.
And hopefully nowhere where we'll be hunted down and have our door marked again.
Should we maybe talk to Lotus before we head out?
It is still just above you all.
Hmm.
Also,
Might.
I don't know if you all saw the wonderful piece of artwork that was done. I'll send it to the chat really quickly.
Oh.
Some
Of the Lotus.
updates.
Ooh. Lotus
Um,
artwork.
Where is it?
Nope. Wrong comms.
1 second.
Ah.
Oops. It is sending.
Ooh, I like.
So that is the Lotus.
I like that.
She finally has a picture.
She does, a legitimate picture.
It's very cool. Very spacey.
It definitely
And,
is.
it's definitely like not like a normal like plane or anything. It's definitely a spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really cool.
Right now it's drifting above you all, and the rings are docked to the main body. You can see those two spaces that it would fit inside.
We probably should
In
talk.
that case, I'm going to take my small ship and fly it to the Lotus.
Okay.
Is there a way to
You,
get them to beam me up?
Yeah, you have comms with them still.
I hailed them. I was like,
All right.
And pay off my fines. Forgot how many days we're on the planet.
2, 3. This is your third day, I think.
I think it
I
is
know.
third day.
1, 2. Yep, 3 days.
3.
Whoa. Makes that.
Yep. So, Morak, you're off to the main docking bay that you can now see is covered in vines and covered in leaves, and trees are growing out of the centers of different docking stations. You see one unfortunate ship has been split in half by a very large tree.
Huh. Nature
That's
taking over.
unfortunate.
You can see a person literally like sitting on the corner of the docking bay that it's sitting inside, and he's just doing this.
Oh,
It was quite a large freighter.
Oof.
that would suck.
That's a big rip.
On the side of it, you can see Trade Federation and then a vessel ID.
Well, Federation can probably help pay for that.
Yeah. What would they call that? An insurance act of God.
Probably something like that.
Unnatural event act of God.
I mean,
So you
act
head
of
that way,
gods.
and you, I don't remember exactly how much it was per day to dock.
5.
5 silver?
Goo.
Okay. And so that would just be 15 goo to dock then. Which is quite cheap for a dock. At least for your ship.
Hey.
Oh, no, it was all docked. Was
a
it all
small
docked
ship.
together?
Huh?
Was your ship docked inside that vessel or inside Bessie? Or was it
I
docked
No,
on its own?
I was flying
Oh,
outside
right, you did
and
have its
landed
own
it.
bay. Yeah, I forgot about
'Cause-
that.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Yes, so you pay them 15 goo. They release your ship to you.
Yay! And I fly to the Lotus. Which is like 20 times bigger than my vessel.
Mm-hmm.
Or
It's
more
very
than that.
large ship for how small it is.
So it's a large, small ship.
Yeah, so it's called an escort. It can hold a crew of like 200, like preferably. So it's very large, except it's like one of the smaller classes of ships.
Yep.
The biggest vessels can hold like tens of thousands of people.
Like the one that we found with all the people frozen in different timelines.
That's way bigger than anything you guys had ever seen before.
Fair.
That could hold millions of people.
Fair
It
enough.
was holding millions of people.
Okay, but
Yeah, only several million that you guys got out, and the rest were blown up.
Unfortunately.
All right, so you hop into your little craft, and you fly over, back over to the Lotus,
Mhm.
and they allow you to dock inside their small hangar bay.
can I hail our comms? See
Yeah,
if they'll
you've beamed
beam
up
me
way before he's
Okay.
ever or even arrived.
Okay.
And Era,
Oh,
you're
I
on your
should
way
know.
over to the location, and you're just having to kind of push through different plants and trees until you finally like hit civilization again, of which you eventually do, and you continue on your way.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Weird. My whole computer
What's
just like
the echo?
crashed for a second. and said that I plugged in a new audio device when I didn't.
It might have been.
Mine
Was it a
was-
monitor?
No, because I plugged the monitor in like 10 minutes ago.
Huh.
I don't know.
Weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
Although we can hear ourselves echoing. I don't know if that's part of the cause,
Uh-huh.
but
I'm hearing a lot of echoing.
I'm not hearing the echoing much anymore.
yeah, it's gone.
Well,
now.
my mic's turned off when, like, I have push to talk, so
Mm-hmm.
is
Weird.
it weird? I talk or because I heard Luca echoing.
I heard everybody echoing, including myself.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Era, actually, for the most part. It was T and Cole.
Yeah, the only one that really isn't echoing is you.
Yeah.
Although it's not too bad. Either way, we'll continue. You make it back onto land, and you can see several different buildings and stuff are rising up, and one of them is kind of like slanted downward, and parts of it are all crushed, and you can see these massive vines, and there's this large tree that's sitting next to it that is now resting on. And you can see like different vehicles and stuff are kind of drifting around that and trying their best to save people.
All right, sorry, I was messing with my settings.
You're good.
What's going on?
I was saying that you could see different buildings and stuff that are kind of resting on each other. There's a large tree, and several vehicles are drifting around them.
Ah, my camera went fuzzy.
Did he give me like coordinates?
Yes, he did.
Okay, I'll just keep moving forward towards there.
All right.
I'm not gonna roll for anything.
Yeah, no, all good. All right. You find the lift that you originally took, and you begin to make your way down. And in doing so, you get down to the underlevels where you can see large trees and vines have all kind of pushed their way up here as well. There's also some what looks to be roots that are kind of pushing into different buildings. You go back to the original location that you'd found the guy at, and this is where the coordinates have led you to, and you can see him at the front desk going, "I don't know what just happened, but that was madness," he says.
Madness.
Yes. There's vines growing through different buildings now. Mine was luckily unaffected, mostly.
I don't know what you're talking about. You must be crazy.
What do you... Whatever. I have your thing.
You have my thing, huh?
I do. He gives you a small kind of, I'm going to say it's semi-translucent, but kind of opaque container and hands it over to you.
Well, I open it.
You see a little creature kind of drift outward. It has different bits of material that are kind of drifting up, and then it seems to kind of pull itself back down again. It's kind of almost naturally prone to drift upward instead of like fight gravity. It's just kind of fighting an upward force. Like it's very buoyant.
Okay.
But it's made of a goo-like material, and you can see two like lights that appear on the orbs, and they kind of shift into place to almost look like eyes.
Can it understand me?
It kind of like, drifts up to you.
I'd like pet it.
You kind of run your hand over it for a second, which it kind of shivers for a moment, and then it's like, okay, this is kind of cool, and it just hangs out.
What is
You're-
it again? What does this thing look like?
Have you ever seen Treasure Planet?
Oh, the little... Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
I know it's a species. I just don't remember which one.
I thought it was species 6. Maybe it's not. I may have to go back.
We both will have to.
I'm gonna call you Squiggles.
Squiggles.
That's
Squiggles. Kind of bobs. He drifts around you for a moment and then kind of stops drifting up next to you.
I ask it to turn into a key. if it can turn into a key.
It just kind of, its eyes shift over to you, and then they kind of tilt like this, like it's somewhat confused.
Can you morph into anything at all?
Roll. Either charisma or linguistics. I'm gonna have you roll linguistics.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Anything?
17.
17. Perfect. All right. What do you say?
Wait, what?
What do you say?
Can you morph into anything?
It bobs.
He bobs.
It bobs up and down.
Shouldn't even bother.
Well. All right, let's go. And I start heading back to
Back to the
I guess
vessel
just
or
play
back to the group?
I guess I'll go back to the group. I thought everyone kind of split up.
They did. They're on the Lotus currently, but you wouldn't really be aware of that. You can't hail them though.
I'll just start heading back to our ship for right now.
All right. As you say, we're gonna head back to the ship. Squiggles kind of lifts up one of its little blobs, and then it morphs into a very small thumbs up.
You can morph.
And it kind of does this. He then just drifts next to you. So we'll have the folks who are back in the Lotus. What are you up to? I'm going to say Luca first, because Morak, you haven't arrived yet.
I'm probably talking with whoever beamed me up. However,
All right.
probably talking to Julianne if she's there.
Yeah,
Just
Julianne will be
letting her
there.
know what that Usai has invited us. And also possibly looking for my sister, though she's probably off hiding somewhere.
All right. Yeah, I'm just behind you. Beams up JT as well. Well, I can get your sister for you. I am kind of the captain of the ship. So, if I make it
you
an
do not
order...
have to get her. You don't have to do that. I could probably calm her and tell her to come down here.
That's true as well.
He sends
Thank
a quick
you.
message.
You do send her a message?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You receive no response.
I go back to just listening to Julianne.
Okay. I do appreciate your openness with that. I know most, or at least some people, that would not want to admit they've been invited over to the Protian Homeworld.
Yeah.
I have
It
been there
wasn't-
myself. It is quite interesting.
It's been a long time since I've been there. Yeah.
Yes, I can imagine.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't for the fact I'm with the crew I'm with, I would probably say no.
They seem to be an adventurous lot, if you will.
Heavens, dear heavens, yes. One of them's always high, the other one's currently stolen and in possession of somebody else, and the bird is just always up for something.
Well, that's how it
You-
is, I suppose.
Your crew is fairly adventurous from what I've heard. I mean, you guys did have Usai and have my sister.
Yes, and we also had to travel all the way across the galaxy.
Yeah.
But I understand adventurous. But the next time you think your group's adventurous, try venturing through the Viren.
Oh, what?
Don't worry about it.
I'll ask Morak later.
Maybe best.
I've
Either
spent
way,
too
is
much
there
time carting stuff around.
is there anything that you would like me to do for you or your crew?
No, we just want to say thank you and say bye to you guys. I think we will. We are either staying another night or we might be hanging out today. I don't know. JT, do you?
I don't have a preference. As long as we get there on time, I'm cool with it. I honestly have no preference towards the Proteans, so.
There. No, Julianne, thank you. It's generous enough you guys to even come and for helping us get a hold of who we needed to, but also saving some of our, or many of our butts today.
You are most welcome, and I appreciate your invitation. It's allowed us to get away from our more diplomatic. Oh, crap.
Uh-oh.
That reminds me. Well, I am a diplomatic ship for the Kaizen Well, the Lotus is a diplomatic ship for the Kaizen Armada, and you have been invited to the Protian Homeworld with Nubia.
Yeah.
And
Could
the
I?
reason they want Nubia is because they're transferring her to the Kaizen Armada. A diplomatic mission.
You
Oh,
guys
boy.
want to come with us?
I'm gonna have
I
to
don't
go
know
with
if
you no
you-
matter what.
Do you have? Are you guys gonna need extra security if you have Nubia? Though hopefully they will send people with her.
I don't think so.
But I don't think you'd want, as much as I would offer, I don't think you'd want our Shackle crew
Yes,
helping.
and I don't think you're really military grade. No offense.
Mm-mm. No, none of us are. The
Yes.
only one that, no, none of them. There's not a single one of us that is.
I sadly have to agree. Unless JT, he goes, not military. I'm a scientist with a rank.
I think half of us are scientists. Well, two of us. through
Mad
us.
scientist, she says. But either way, I have an interesting crew myself that not many would also consider military, but they joined the ship before that all happened. So,
Fair. I mean, if they keep your ship running, why not?
this is true, and they do.
Should
They keep it
should I
tip-top.
ask who you're referring to besides possibly my sister?
Well, your sister's actually quite good at what she does, but I mean Nyx.
You mean, wait, is this the one that hunts Morak?
Yes.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
She's militant when she needs to be, and not when she also needs to be. So,
When I've seen her, for the most part, she's more,
And she's too busy trying to get in people's pants.
yes, exactly.
which is about 95% of the time.
Yes.
The other 5%, she's sleeping.
Fair enough. There's a Conrad.
Hello, Conrad. I think he just has his camera on.
Oh, hello. That one time when, you know, your sister almost died brutally.
Wait, who?
When she was making fun of the Forgeborn that was on the ship. Within
Oh,
like the
no.
first few days that she'd been on the vessel, remember that?
The one that happened to be a Radrian.
any of this?
It was after the whole. Well, let's not go into it.
Yes, I do remember that. They were like stalking her after that for a little while. There was like they were cataloging her.
But. Mm-hmm.
Yep. She made them mad, and she had no idea what they were.
Yeah.
Abu is a interesting character.
Mm-hmm. Either way, though. Well, if all else ends up failing, I guess we shall see you there. Although I can drop you off at your ship if you
Not die.
wish.
and bless
Excuse
you.
me. Thank you.
JT, I think that would be up to you, sir.
I agree with that. I would like to get out of here before Nyx discovers we're back.
I mean, Morak will probably be in his own ship, so I don't think it'll matter.
If Morak's not here, she's probably got another target. And it just plans if she
Better
wants
you
something
than me.
exotic or basic, so I don't really want to go.
Oh, we also need to wait for Era, unless Era's back already. I have not seen him.
I have not either. Era, you
Maybe
receive
he-
a hail.
Era.
Where are you located?
I'm somewhere. There's a lot of vines around me right now.
Are you heading
How
back
long
to the
do-
ship? What are you doing?
Well, yeah, I'm heading back. I
Oh.
just had to pick up my item.
Our ship or the
Is it
Lotus?
illegal?
Probably.
All right. Well, I guess I don't need to know. We'll meet you back at Bessie.
Roger that.
All right.
Why am I concerned
Ends the hail.
about what he bought?
I don't care anymore. Just then, all of you who are in the ship, you hear a kind of a derp 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 hangar bays opening, and
Oh,
then
no,
a
that's
small.
That's Morak. He's the more diplomatic one of us, so if he need to talk to him about anything, us about anything, it's probably him.
All right. Well, I'll remember that, but I will go meet him. Julianne walks out of the room and heads towards the hangar bay. You've landed up next to another I'd say not lander, but another shuttle of some kind, and another device next to it that is actually a wheeled vehicle. Its wheels are currently detached, as it's just kind of hanging from the ceiling, seemingly by grav plates, and it reads on the side, Amaranth.
Fun times.
You see the shuttle itself is, it has some damage on it that hasn't been repaired recently. There's a few scorch marks on the side. There's a big scratch on the underside.
What
It
is
looks like it
this
might have been from a
from?
tree. Piloting excursions of Peter's characters.
Yes. Yes. The first one in the last campaign.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, fun times that were.
You can see Julianne steps out of the airlock and walks over.
Greetings, Captain.
Hello. I see you survived.
Yes, it's been an interesting time.
That it has. Well, is there anything I can help you with? Your either crew members are here on the ship. Do you wish to pick them up?
It depends if they want to walk or, well, get beamed to their vessel.
I was just planning on beaming them myself, but I wasn't sure your plans.
I was gonna make my way over to the Protian Homeworld as soon as possible.
All right. Well, fly safe in that case. We will most likely be seeing you soon.
All right, diplomatic stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, doesn't sound the most entertaining. hopefully all goes well with Nubia.
I hope it does as well.
Is there any way to negate her power?
Not that I'm aware of. Singularity crystals are
And he
unpredictable.
froze on my...
What?
Hmm.
I froze?
On my end. I don't know if it froze for anyone else.
It's
Am I
not
frozen?
on my end.
You're
No.
fine now. Oh,
Am I good?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Okay. Well, if you need anything, you know where to contact us.
I do.
So, yeah, I'm pretty sure our group's always down to help anyone.
Yes, I'm just not sure that everyone is willing to accept the help.
I'll be willing to help.
For what?
I don't know. Everyone else is generally wanting to do their own thing.
It does seem that way.
Which leads to some interesting experiences. Let's say that our homeward travel traveling with this group has been the most intriguing.
That I can imagine. Starting it off with a system that is practically imploding on itself.
Yes. That is most unfortunate.
That it is.
But the,
I think it's going to be a lot more than a system soon.
For that, we have to be ready.
We do.
Well, who knows? Maybe we can find a way to stop it. If that's at all possible at this point in time.
Who knows? I assume that the best thing to ask would be the Verge.
Doubtful he'll tell us. He seems very confident in his plan of whatever this is.
Yes, well, I suppose we shall see.
Gross. So, take it y'all will be arriving after discussions of Nubia are done? Or will you be there around the same time we are?
I'm not sure yet. We have yet to receive our orders, but I'm expecting within the next few hours.
Well, perhaps I shouldn't keep you away from your duties then if you're gonna have a new mission soon.
That's quite all right. I'm not too worried about it.
Say so.
Well, fly safe, Captain.
Oh, Captain LaFell.
What?
You as well, Captain LaFell.
She nods.
Oh, no.
She gives you the Kaizen Armada salute, and then steps away.
And immediately ejects you and your shift out into the air.
Yeah. Peace.
At least I can fly.
This is true. You're not out of atmosphere
ship can't
yet.
fly without you. Back on Bessie for you,
Back up,
Norak.
Bessie. B.O.B. Back on Bessie.
Oh. Well, in which case, I might as well find the other crew members that are aboard the Lotus.
All right. You do so. You can see that they are. Where would you say that you two are? Probably in the teleporter room still?
Probably. We haven't
Okay.
left.
Yeah, so you start walking into the teleporter room, and you can hear the ship go. There's a charge up as you see outside the windows is this city that is now vine and, well, organic and created. Organic and inorganic, I guess I should say. Starts to move, and the vessel starts to drift and fly along.
Heading towards Bessie, I'm guessing.
Yes, heading towards the docking bay.
Oh.
The docking bay was up in orbit too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, true. Wait, how is... no, I guess there's ways to teleport up, isn't there?
Yeah.
Mhm.
We
Well,
left
there's
Era.
also, yeah, there was teleporters and space lifts, I think. I don't. Well, actually, I don't think there were teleporters here. They were just the sky lifts,
Okay.
the
So
elevators.
it shouldn't take Era too
By the
long.
way, it still took a while for me to grab my vessel.
Yeah. Era, you're currently on one of those elevators. And you look outside the window and you can see a vessel flying up kind of towards the main station.
What vessel? Like I see
The Lotus.
The Lotus. Okay.
No, it's a vessel that's about to destroy your
Whoa.
It's about to what?
Echoing.
It's massive there.
What?
It's the vessel that's about to destroy the lift.
Oh. Yeah.
I'd welcome it.
I welcome death.
Yep.
And then you remember you have white
It
quantum.
survives anyways.
I could just explode and go boom if I really want to.
Yeah,
Oh,
true.
gosh.
Grab one and go for it.
Please no. Please no. I think JT would cry because his ship would probably get
No,
destroyed.
Bessie. Yeah.
We'd literally just be like, wait, where's Nezarin?
I'm gonna say that. Well, you kind of gathered her up. I'm gonna say that she's been with you inside the Lotus, just unspeaking. She's not been saying anything.
Uncommunicative.
Yes.
Not in a talkative mood.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You guys make it up to the station, and you beam over to Bessie, which has now actually finished her repairs.
Yay.
Additionally, when you guys beam inside, you kind of do like a small walk around just to make sure everything's pristine, and you find in the cargo bay that Uma is sitting there repairing what looks to be a very broken rear end of his bike.
I was about to ask, where's Uma?
As you kind of look at him, he just goes,
Uh,
and he's
Dude,
kind of
everything-
fixing things.
everything okay there, Uma? Bad day.
Continues. My bike crashed into a tree.
Did you get sucked into an alternate timeline?
Yes. I'll blame the tree.
Ouch.
The tree crashed into me.
That, for once, I can actually believe that.
Good. Because it's true.
I am sorry, Uma. I hope your bike gets completely repaired and usable.
It will be fine.
Okay. Well, should we get on our way? We have been invited to the Protian Homeworld.
Era,
Personally.
you've hit the top of the lift and you make your way onto the vessel. Outside of the window, you all see as the Lotus kind of ventures out further. It still hasn't activated its drives yet. You can see they detach from the main hull, re-link up, and the two discs, or the two rings, start to spin up.
Is Morak in his own ship?
And then I pop out before they take off.
Yep.
Okay.
You dock inside Bessie,
Oh, okay.
fitting it just barely.
Hey. No. Tetris,
Mm-hmm.
Luca's just sitting there, kind of clutching, clenching his fist, oh no!
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
he's a really
Speaking
good
of-
for never having done before.
What are you? Like, what's your pilot score? What were you saying, Cole?
Yeah, what is your pilot score?
Mine is a 4. Death Wizard, which is what his thing.
My pilot's a 1.
Oh!
Roll pilot to dock.
Wow!
I don't think that your
higher-
score is naturally large enough to make this as easy as it should be for a higher skilled pilot.
Like, I've got a 4. I don't know how much of a difference that would make, but
Significant.
yeah.
18.
Oh, yeah, we knew I have the highest score out of
Mhm.
everybody.
Yeah, you're the
'cause you
best
guys were
pilot in the
trying to
group.
and I refuse to fly. Well, besides maybe JT.
I would say JT's pilot's probably a 3.
Okay. Yeah, he's pretty good.
Because he isn't a pilot, but he is decent.
Yeah.
I also,
It's his...
I do want to share this with you guys. I know I did send this previously,
Oh boy.
but I want to share it with you all again.
Yes, the layouts.
Yes, this is at least the main section. Oops, as you all hear my notification sounds. This is the main living section of Bessie.
Interesting.
Yep.
And it's all gridded out, so if we ever do anything inside the ship, you guys have the opportunity to move around and do things.
So, on the top is all the bedding, and on the bottom is what?
So you can see on the bottom there's that large room.
Yeah,
That is the mess hall.
that's what I thought. And to
There's also
the
a
right-
stairway that goes down into like the hangar and the storage centers and the engineering bays and all that stuff, as well as
Okay.
other crew quarters, because this ship is built to house about 80 people max.
Okay. Okay.
On the very far right is the bridge.
Okay. Okay. That's what I wasn't sure. Very cool.
I'll let you identify whose rooms are who, because there are things
I
that would make
wondered.
it decently obvious.
Well,
I
actually, JT's is the biggest room on the top floor.
Because Captain has the biggest room.
Wait, it's the double one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You each also
And-
individually have a shower.
Oh, that's nice. I'm really not sure. I feel like Nezerin would have a very neat room.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Luca's might be slightly messy.
I can imagine
Sure.
Lucas is slightly messy. I know the far right one is Era's.
Why does that not surprise me? Who's the far left one?
The only two that I've like designated are people, like there's specific rooms for people, are the one with like the meditation area, which is obviously
Oh,
Morax,
Yup.
and the
And
one
then
at the
that
far right,
one.
which is very, very messy.
Yup, which is definitely Era.
Yep.
Which just makes so much sense.
Yep.
He's known for it.
That he is.
I mean, there's no time. There's more important things.
More important things than to make
I
your bed.
understand that. I understand that. That's how my bedroom or our bedroom looks right now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like a
so
creeper exploded.
that's that. And I want to make the entire interior eventually, so we'll have the entirety of Bessie to venture around and do
That
things.
would be cool.
It'll be nice.
It's nice to have an idea of what it all looks like. Or
Yeah,
at least a general layout.
In terms of size comparison to the Lotus, I'd say that Bessie is around about a third the size of the Lotus.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that's not as minuscule as or not as small as I thought.
Can't really be all that small because it is a freighter.
Okay, fair enough. It's not like Morax's little tiny ship,
No. Yeah, that
which maybe has
that
3.
interior layout is maybe the front fourth of the ship.
Okay. Yeah, definitely very small, but it's very cool.
Thanks. Alrighty. Well, yeah, I just want to showcase that as well. Yeah, you guys are off to the Protian Homeworld.
Is there a name for their planet or like the world?
Yes, there is.
I feel like we need to have someone doing the SpongeBob title thing, like where they like put their hands together and it sparkles out the name or a word. All right. Yes.
Nobody cares.
Imagination.
Lalian. It's called
Lalian.
Lalian.
I like that.
The Alliance Homeworld capital planet is called Elias. Hence the Alliance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hey, you're the
original.
mastermind. You can pronounce it however you want.
Called Elias. And then the Kaizen capital planet is Nevis Prime.
Sounds like Optimus Prime.
Nevis Prime. Kaizen, transform and roll out.
Dear Lord.
Look what I've started.
Yes. You did this.
I'm proud of myself now.
All right. JT heads to the captain's seat in the bridge.
I wonder, does he miss arguing with Antares on who flies the ship?
It's probably the one thing he doesn't miss.
I bet he thinks about it. He's like, I'm glad he's not, but I kind of wish he was here anyway.
I kind of wish he was arguing with me.
Yeah. Well, the most
Yeah.
qualified to fly is definitely Luca.
Yes, but he's not going to let a Protean touch his
Oh
ship.
gosh, no. Luca doesn't like to fly that much either. He knows
I'm just
how,
good at
but
it.
he
Doesn't mean I
want
like
to.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And then there's Morak. Doesn't know a dang about
I
flying, but
can't
can
fly.
be really good at it.
I can fly. I don't know how to fly.
Fine, do it.
Yeah, he has a ship.
At
It's because
least
your
all five
flight is not flight skill. It's acrobatics skill.
Mhm. Which is honestly kind of funny.
Direct shot. All right. But yeah. Era, is there anything specific that you're doing on the ship?
I'll check my pink quantum that I have in that storage container.
All right.
I don't know
I'm
if
going to
it's
say
long
it has
enough to say.
grown
Wait,
7
pink
units.
quantum grows.
Yeah, I put it in a compartment in the ship to let it keep growing. Yeah, we
Ah.
either
Okay.
get high
It is-
or sell it for money.
Yep, it has grown an extra 7 units.
So from least to greatest, what quantums are the strongest? Like what what's the
Right.
colors? Like what do they coordinate with? Like on a 1 to 10 scale.
Greens, blues, and reds, like dark reds, are
Uh-huh.
the weakest.
Okay.
Although not the weakest. Technically, dark red is the weakest physically.
Okay.
It generates the least amount of power, but for the longest amount of time. Green is
Okay.
somewhere in the middle, and it's just kind of like base energy, base output. Blue is significantly higher output, but less energy storage.
Okay.
And then you get into more interesting things like purple quantum or orange quantum, which is used in reactors a lot. And DEC don't like ingesting orange quantum because it doesn't feel good. It feels very bad. Because I'd
Well,
say it's
what is-
probably something that was made and is not natural.
Okay. Where does pink fall in the scale?
It is the output of green, the storage of green, but it continuously grows. So it's very
Okay,
valuable.
And then white is, of course,
White, black, and gray are all in their own scale.
yeah. Okay.
Either a really high level deck or alphas can build them.
Yep.
Okay.
Black will
Interesting.
always kill the wielder. White will almost always kill the wielder. And gray will kill the wielder.
Okay. So gray and black are basically, death. Certain
Yeah,
death.
death. If you use them, you die. There is a circumstance where you can use black quantum, but you have to be a prophet.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Era will never try that one.
Or will he?
Oh no.
Well, may never know.
It'll be spectacular.
Use it, dies.
We're all just gonna be like, we told him not to do it.
Yep.
I told you so.
No, what? No, you didn't. Either way.
Sorry,
Yes.
I had to ask.
Oh, you're good. I do not mind answering those questions, and I think it's good for everybody to know those things, and people who are watching to know those things. So that is totally fine. I just dropped a dice.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yes.
Not supposed to do that.
Got it. All right. All right. So, you guys are off?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Bessie is off, doing its own thing in space to venture off to the Protean homeworld of Lalian.
Lalian. Think alien, but with an L. Lalian.
Lalian. There you go. Yeah. Lalian. Makes sense. All right. You guys, I'm going to say have... That seems too short.
Huh.
I'm going to say 8 hours of travel before you. So not a whole day, but a good amount of time.
Well, it's good meditation time.
It is.
Been a
Okay,
while
well,
since I've done it
meditate.
proper.
Wait, where's Nit and Fenris?
Fenris, as I was actually about to mention,
Oh.
has scurried up to you. Like, as soon as you got on the ship, he scurried up to you.
Oh, buddy. Are you hungry?
He nods.
What do you want to eat? Would be the question.
He points at something on the shelf that is obviously not edible.
Let's try to find something else, little dude. Give me just a moment.
He shakes his head.
What? What do you want? You want food, right? How about bean? Do you want some beans?
Oh no.
He kind of shrugs. Yeah.
Corn,
He shakes his head.
cabbage,
He really shakes his head.
sweet potato.
Looks like it's a
He
cabbage
nods.
patch for him.
Okay, so sweet potato. How about eggs? Do you like eggs?
He nods.
Okay, so eggs and potatoes. Does that sound good? Maybe some beans.
He nods.
Okay. He goes into the kitchen.
All right.
And do I have to roll to like craft or something?
Not really. Rats don't really
Okay.
care in terms of
Okay.
preparation, so you just kind of
Okay.
you make things.
Okay.
Era, you've checked on your pink quantum. Nit has joined Morak.
Go ahead.
I'm
I
sorry.
will
You're
check if Wiggles wanted something to eat too.
he kind of bobs up and down. He goes over to a small metallic object next to him and proceeds to absorb it.
Metallic.
It seems to dissolve into him like acid.
I ask him if he can turn into silver.
Turn into silver?
Yeah, like a lot of silver.
Oh, like
yeah,
the
but then you'd be
like the
selling your little
cash.
creature.
Well, I'll sell him. They won't know it's silver, and then he escapes because he can morph into anything and comes back to me.
Wow. Yeah, and put it in a box.
He attempts to do so. and it sort of half morphs into it. It's like he's not very experienced yet. He makes a part of himself look like it, but the rest of his body, he can't really seem to get it all there. And that's just because I rolled for his transformation.
I'll keep having him practice then.
Okay. Every once in a while, he'll try to do it again. As you drift by like a small ball bearing, he gulps that up as well.
Man, is this thing just gonna eat the whole ship? That'd be pretty
Wait,
funny.
does it eat metal?
I tell it that it can't eat the ship. It can eat things in the ship, but not.
Its eyes kind of tilt. Proceeds to fly up to one of the bulkheads of the ship and bumps into it. You can see it removes some of the material, and then it backs away.
Do I
And
see this?
he bobs up and
That's
down.
bad squiggles.
Squiggles.
Do I happen to see any of this?
No, you're cooking.
Oh, no. Fair.
Luca is cooking. You scold Squiggles. He just droops.
Aww.
Now I feel bad.
He drifts back
okay.
over to you.
You can't eat the ship. You'll kill us all.
He bobs up and down.
Oh my gosh.
He flies back over to that little space, and you can see he removes a piece of himself, and it hardens onto that area. Kind of not perfect, but replacing it. It is metallic in nature.
Okay. Well, he can't stay there forever, though.
I mean, it's not him anymore. It's like he's removed it from himself and just put it there in place of what he'd taken away.
Oh. Okay. I see. I see you, Squiggles. Thank you, Squiggles.
He bobs up and down. Can't hear you, man.
Me?
Next thing you know, you're gonna see a brand new doorway that never existed before.
It's just Squiggles. I make doors.
Actually,
Zets.
he can.
Yeah, he could make doors if he was big enough.
He could just
He
eat
could
it piece by
Eat
piece.
a door.
Oh, yeah. It's true.
He has some brand new possibilities for entryways.
You can see
No.
he makes a change again, and he plops into your hand as a bar of the silver currency.
Ooh. How
Sorry.
much worth?
Huh?
How much is the bar of currency worth?
I say 1,000.
Hmm. Quite interesting.
Based on the size, thickness, and length of the bar, that's what he's currency-wise. That's what he's representing.
Oh dear.
And he shifts back.
Well, I'm not gonna buy any ships with that. Oh well. I still love you, Squiggles.
He pops up and down.
Oh my gosh.
I'm enjoying this a lot. Way too much.
As you and
Think
Squiggles are
that-
getting to know each other, Morak, roll fate.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, I don't know what happened
Roll
to my
fate.
die that has the silver lines on it. Silver bars.
This is what you get for knocking all the dice over.
17.
You enter the space that you are used to.
This is good. Better than that dark pit of nothingness.
Roll fate again.
Oh, fudge. 16.
16. All right. You kind of shift into a new space. You can see stones drifting this way and that way around you. Large rocks are drifting upwards, and some are like moving and shifting around. You see some stones that are kind of drifting up around you as well. And it seems to be a gorgeous kind of aura around you. In terms of like the light up above you is kind of a gray orange, and then below you can see a deep blue, but it seems to go on infinitely, and you can see stones and platforms all around.
Any of the platforms house anything?
It's all flat and they're all blank. You see at the end of your platform, however, that there is an individual drifting there.
Do they look familiar?
He seems to be in like a lotus pose.
You're gonna walk over there very diligently.
Okay. You see him drift around and turn around towards you, and a mask is revealed to you in gray, gold-lined and silver robes. And he lets his feet down, and he still does not touch the ground. He hovers like this far off the ground and puts his hands in like a triangular shape, kind of at his stomach.
Do I recognize him at all, or is he unknown to me?
It's Alm. You pretty easily recognize him.
Oh. Right. Hello,
Welcome.
Is this where you normally hang out?
This is my place of residence, he says.
I rather enjoy its tranquility.
It is tranquil indeed. Kind of looks around. Obviously his eyes are not visible. Is a peace and quiet that I do not receive anywhere else.
Oh, then sorry for intruding.
That's quite all right. Is there anything I can do for you?
Is there any direction I need to go for the last piece of the puzzle to become a rifter?
A friend has the answers you seek. Your sister, as you now know.
Sorry, the dog made a weird noise.
It sounds like a giant fart for a second, but I think he just blew out a bunch of breath out of his mouth.
Ugh.
So sorry.
You're good.
Yeah. Oh.
Teddy bear.
Yes, I still don't think I truly grasped the concept of her being my sister.
She will explain how.
Sure, there's the tail. So I am to meet her then, in order to complete the process.
This is correct. She will know what to do. She has the items that you will need.
Anything else I should know about the future, Camille?
Many things will be broken and unbroken in a way that I cannot describe to you. The Verge is a centerpiece, but not the epicenter itself.
Was it something from our side that caused this that starts?
Not exactly. Chiron is to blame for the acceleration of the process. The future is to blame for the start of it. The first entities that were to travel back were a machine. Artificial intelligence, one of which you have already encountered.
Nomad.
Correct. You, however, encountered the entity that was sent back and survived.
So there was more of Nomad before then.
There are 9 of them.
And how many are left?
All of them.
So we didn't destroy a Nomad then.
Nomad was a piece from a timeline. There are 4 timelines.
Hmm. Right. That's annoying.
Yes. The place of which you wish to visit will be a world that you may not know, but many in the past do. Its pieces drift. Half of it solid, half of it piece. I should say half of it in pieces. An ancient faction's home.
I'm gonna hop out of character real quick, be like Aeon Confederacy. That's because wasn't their planet destroyed? All right. Oh, more mental puzzles. Thanks, Paul. Well,
If you wish to know more, an entity watches you. Era is your gateway.
Alex.
Yes. Moira. An ancient force. One that we had to put down.
Looks like we'll have to figure out how to get Era to be the bridge again.
That
I
may not be
guess.
so difficult.
Yeah, I think she's talked to me a few times. Real spiny looking.
I definitely
My
appreciate
advice
the
to
time.
you, and to your friend if you tell him. Trust her knowledge and her words. Do not trust her intentions.
I mean, she seemed pretty cool for a spiky little monster.
About a facade for intent. I shall heed your warning.
What do you say?
Y'all hear me
Well.
all right?
I'm glad you will do so. Goodbye.
Bye. I'm gonna obviously bow my head down to him.
You bow your head.
Mhm.
And there's a sudden shift in atmosphere.
Oh
You
dear.
feel as if you are kind of gripped by something and pulled out of his realm into a new place. Unlike before, you experienced cliffs and great structures drifting into nothingness and infinite space. Now you seem to be in depths of infinite depth, if you will. Tunnels and stone all around you, and fog, and a very dim blue-purple light.
You dragged me down to talk this time.
There's just silent. There's just like a small wind that blows through.
Trying to see if I can't sense anyone.
Alright.
I can already guess this area is gonna feel rather cold. 16?
It is very chilly. Excessively so. You sense what seems to be an entity watching you.
That's only watch. Does the also conversate?
Do you wish to talk?
Do I recognize the voice?
You may have heard it before.
Why does that not comfort me at all?
The last time you heard it, you recall your friend being pulled through a portal, dragged away.
Kind of wondered.
Oh. I guess I could ask how my friend is doing.
Swell. He's acclimating to his new position quite well.
Hmm. So I'm guessing a battle is ahead then.
Did I say that? It's not what I implied.
Hmm.
You see a shadowy figure approach you from the mist.
It's just a guess. Again, my knowledge on everything on your side is rather limited.
Yes, it is. where mine is very vast. More vast than you can ever imagine. I know many things about you.
Not surprising, seeing as that you tend to be more of a deity status than I am.
Far more.
More than I'll ever be.
Yes. Although I do appreciate the compliments, I have to ask, why do you venture on this path? How impure it is.
At this point, you might as well just call it a family lineage at the start.
Yes, your sister. Ugh. I care little for her.
Well, I can imagine so, seeing as she's fighting against you.
She's postponing an inevitable. Not even mine. Self-caused.
You're saying she put herself on the path of ruin.
I'm saying you all have. All who join the light ruin eventually. If not by my hand, then their own.
There's very few that know the outcome of everything.
History repeats itself. Even when those remember it.
Usually happens when there are more people that don't know.
I suppose you're somewhat right. All in this case, those who are important remember. I bore of speaking with you. Goodbye.
I see myself as interesting anyways.
As you're trying to say your last few words, it's just all pulled away from you and you return to your space and your eyes widen and the candles whip out.
I appreciate.
Alright, I also didn't realize you were in your own thing. I went to grab soup.
You're all good? He has returned to the land of the living. The rest of you, what are you up to? The ship is about to arrive.
I'm just playing with squiggles,
Squiggles.
seeing what I can transform into and not.
Gotcha. He has mastered the form of an old skeleton key, although you don't think it's going to be very useful.
Yeah. That won't be. Maybe though.
Never know. Could be.
He also seems to have mastered the ability to turn into what looks to be a flat data key.
Ah, there we
Possibly
go.
having mechanical or a metallic structure, he may be able to alter his magnetic force and maybe replicate something.
Oh.
Hmm.
Such as maybe a basic data card. You could like swipe it across the door or match a biosig or something like that, very basic. A good thieves' tool, to say the least. The more you interact with him, the more you discover, like the more you touch him, is the more you discover he's like small metallic particles that are all drifting together.
Okay.
So he's not a solid beam.
Mm-mm.
He can, tighten up his structure, which makes things look solid. But if you're to like press hard enough on the thing that he makes, he'll break apart again and become himself.
Okay, interesting.
And I'll give you his exact stats at a later date.
Does he get an action?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, snap.
Although he may not be as combat worthy, you might be able to find some uses for him while in combat.
Yeah.
And Luca?
So we fed Fenris, and I probably went and checked on Nezerin. Probably made some food for anybody else that wanted some too.
All right, you deliver your food to deliver the food to Nezerin, who accepts it, maybe not so happily, and then proceeds to lock her room door.
I just kind of like put my ears back. I know she's just miserable. And I probably go in search of Era and Morak if Morak isn't still in his because I wouldn't know, still in his meditation state, and take
Yeah,
food
you
to anybody.
walk into his
close
room and
to.
it opens up, and as it just opens up, you see the candles go and flip out.
And I'm just gonna hear. You're also gonna hear me laugh because of Ozin.
I just kind of pause in the doorway. Am I interrupting something?
You're not interrupting anything. I just got done talking. Oh, and then Ozin afterwards.
Ozin,
Yes.
what did she have to say?
I asked about Antares. She said he's acclimating to his new position well. What that means, I know not.
Oh, hopefully that means he's still alive. But under
Oh,
what
he's very much
circumstances?
alive. What they're doing to him or how his mental state is, well,
Yeah.
questionable.
It's concerning. I wouldn't tell Nezerin if I were you. With her mental state right now, I don't know what her and Taurus's like friendship, relationship, whatever that was, but the way she's handling everything with Cove right now, I would not mention that to her.
That wouldn't either. Nor would I want to tell her how Antares is doing in that realm.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go ahead and stand up and start making my way out.
Luca holds out like a bowl of food to you.
Thank you, Luca.
No problem.
All right. Do you make your way over to Era?
Yes.
Okay. And does Morak?
Continue to follow suit to where he was going? Yes.
All right.
So, just
Yep.
into
You
the
both
main
make your
area.
way. Era, I assume you're just kind of hanging out in the main area behind the bridge.
Oh, and
Yeah.
I also forgot
Yeah.
JT.
He's in the front, so. All right. Yeah, you both walk in there, and you can see that Era's messing with Squiggles.
Era, would you like food?
I would love some food. I don't think I've eaten in like 3 weeks now.
Do Dex have to eat the same way other
Yes.
He's probably
races
living
do?
off quantum.
They are
Well,
still very much human.
What do they look like? Like, do
They're
they look like a
Humans
human?
with marks on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we actually have a
Okay,
piece of artwork
okay.
for their race.
Okay, I guess I just haven't looked. So, here's a heaping bowl of food, and there's some leftovers in the kitchen if you want any more. I don't know what your creature. Oh, that cute. I don't know what he eats.
Just give him a fork. He'll eat that.
Um,
He bobs up. and
I
down.
suggest if you need to feed him, you buy some scrap metal. That might
I
keep him
mean,
for a little while.
that's the easy way out. I think it'd be more fun. As long as he doesn't eat the ship, right?
Why do I feel like he's already attempted to eat the ship, and that's why you're mentioning that?
Talking about. I start bobbing up and down.
You're both doing it at the same rate too.
He did try to eat that. Never mind. Just don't tell JT. Just don't tell
I'm
JT.
gonna look over at the bridge to make sure JT's not listening in.
JT
would-
flips you off from the stairway. His arm is just like visible up behind him.
I think he might have heard us.
Stop
You
blowing
might-
holes in my ship.
There's no hole in your ship. Do you want some food, JT?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll be there with a bowl in a second.
I'm actually gonna walk up to the bridge.
All right. You walk into the bridge. There's a stairway down, so you step down, and there's two chairs, one to the left, one to the right. And he's sitting in the one to the left.
I guess I'll take a seat on the right.
Luca
Alright.
appears a minute later with food.
You hand it over to him, and he grabs it and sets it onto the panel and starts eating. The hologram that's being projected in that area starts to fizzle as he's trying to eat where the projector is sitting.
Would you like a tray or something?
No, this is fine.
Okay. Because, I'm gonna go get my dinner now.
Just an FYI, we have about half hour before we're there.
Okay. That gives us a few minutes.
But it does.
I don't know if Nezarin will come out with us at all, but I fed her and she basically slammed the door in my face and locked it.
Well, I'm unsure, but I would leave her be for the time being.
Yeah.
Did you ask if Uma wanted anything?
No, I have not bothered to ask you, Uma, but I can go do it that way. What is Uma again?
He's an Epiteket.
Do they eat regular food?
They're drones.
So do they? I'll just go check on him.
They just charge. They actually run on
I'm-
quantum.
Oh, hey,
Mhm.
Era, where's some quantum?
Slap one of those white quantums in there.
My quantum.
No. So Luca
They run on
makes his
orange
way to
quantum
go
cores.
check on him. Oh, but that would make sense because it's more for machines and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I do not
Okay.
have any orange quantum currently.
Currently, underlined word there.
Currently.
Well, I'll go check on
Eventually,
him.
I will have all the quantum.
All of it. All right. Yeah, you go down and you can see that Era is sitting next to his racer.
You mean
And his
Uma?
head is dead. His head is down. Sorry. Yes, Uma. His head is down.
Uma, are you good?
As you walk in, he goes. He kind of
We'll
looks at you.
be landing soon. I thought I'd let you know.
Affirmative.
Yeah.
I
Do you
appreciate
need
the
anything?
heads up.
No problem.
A nice oil bath would be splendid, but impossible.
I mean, we could try at the next place that we go to.
I would very much appreciate that.
I mean,
We
you
shall
got the 5 mil and the 2,000 silver, so
This is true. I can make anything
kind of
happen
this-
with this much money.
Exactly.
Like, he flies away in his own ship, never to be seen again.
Bye. You already did it once.
Yep.
Also, just an FYI, the description that I put originally for Orange Quantum when it's consumed is generally considered quote-unquote uncomfortable to use, and it tastes like metal.
Sounds like something that Miss Squiggles would eat.
If you don't roll if you roll below a certain instinct save, you take nerve damage while using it.
Oh!
Actually, speaking of nerve damage, has my nerve recovered at all?
Yes,
Yeah,
you've all
I
taken a
think-
rest.
Okay. So
Rest
my
will
nerve
take
damage-
more of an effect when the new update is out, but that is a new thing we're going to be doing. Rests.
So is my health back up to full?
Yep, everybody's regenerated to full,
no.
everybody's nerve is at full, shields are full. Just make sure everything is replenished.
I've only ever taken nerve damage for a while, so
The Saturday group went for a long time without resting. And they slowly chipped themselves down so much.
We don't need no sleep. Sleep's for the weak.
You guys are just insane. But it kind of depends what kind of creatures or like races you are. I mean, if you're an epiteket,
Yeah, Nempateka don't need the same rest.
I mean, technically, Morak hasn't really slept much. He more meditates than anything.
Yeah.
might want to sleep once in a while, dude.
Matrix
Yeah.
superior.
He just tends to go into a meditative state to recover. More than not.
Yeah. All right. Well, you all eaten and everything like that, and you arrive over the planet. The ship shooting out of warp. You guys fly in, and you can see many different docks and stuff sitting over the PGC homeworld of Lalian.
Lalian.
And you see quite a few Protean ships as well drifting this way and that way. One of them scans you and hails the vessel, and you can hear JT communicating in the bridge. And then the vessel starts to drift into dock. You can see the Protean ships look strangely familiar, as if they're like modified Kaizen ships. They look kind of interesting like that. Their ring is attached near the back. There's only a singular ring, but it seems to hold the same purpose that the Kaizen ship's rings do. All of the Kaizen vessels' rings float.
Mhm.
They're
The ship would be
also
much different
bronze.
Had I completed his mission.
Hmm?
Their vessels would be much different had I completed his mission.
This is true. But yes. You guys dock up into the main station. And I'm going to say we end there for tonight. And I know it was kind of a sort of short session, but I think it's good after what happened last time. the madness and what'll happen next time.
It was chaotic.
Yes. So, all right. Thank you all for joining us. I hope you had an enjoyable time. And we will see you all next time.
Here we go.